I think another player that big difference is Onyeka Okongwu as well, because
Really?
he's a center that's 6'9".
Okay. Yeah.
That's
So,
scary. And
man, but I mean,
NBA, that's the height of
I com
small forwards.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. But I personally think that if he were 2 or 3 inches taller, he would be a lock for number one. Like no question, lock
But
for
he's
number
not.
one. But he's
Like
not.
that's just it's
So
simply yeah.
like, but I mean, man, pick and roll, finishing, so good at finishing at the rim. He's so good on the post, footwork, athletic. He can pass, handle the ball a little bit. He's the only
Mhm.
defender out of all these players. He's the only guy on defense who actually has the body and athleticism and has the awareness and IQ, can guard that pick and
I
roll.
don't know.
Man,
James Wiseman is 7'1". The reason we have them basically intertwined,
hmm
James Wiseman is just what when you make a center like for
yeah.
your team,
Oh
you
yeah.
want it to be James
No, no,
Wiseman,
hundred,
7'1",
hundred percent. But I mean,
built like he's a monster.
no, I know. With a Kongwu, like literally the only knock you can have on him is his size, and I don't know how you could watch him for more than 30 seconds and not say that you see Bam when you watch him. Like
Bam at least has a mid-range shot. I don't know if Okongwu
that's true.
really
That no, that's
has
true.
that mid-range shot.
No, you're right. He's very
Yeah.
streaky. And if he doesn't develop the mid-range shot and be able to run like a pick and pop or
Mhm.
develop the ability to spread the floor at all, then he's going to be limited to being a small ball five at 6'9", and that is just
Yeah.
like a small ball five who like you're a guy who's going to be limited to being a
He's
center
off
that
the
you can
bench.
only use in certain
That's a bench
situations
player.
to not guard Joel Embiid, Jokic. You're
Yeah.
taking in the top three. That's a huge risk. So yeah, you're right that when you're drafting him, you're banking on him developing some sort of jumper so that you can play him
Mhm.
at the four sometimes. But if he doesn't, then yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to be a five. But I mean, Bam Bam
That's
plays the
why.
five most of the time.
Yeah, but Bam is like probably the smartest defender in a
That's true.
while. Like he's
That's
so
true. He's so
smart.
smart. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I have him out of the top three because the guys in the top three, like James Wiseman, for example, you know he's be a good NBA player. Like, what's the worst case scenario for
Worst
James
case
Wiseman?
scenario is James Wiseman is uh
DeAndre Ayton?
DeAndre Ayton. I think Ayton's a little more bulky than him. I think the worst case
Yeah,
scenario is he's a really good rim runner, really good like putbacks. Even if he doesn't develop the defensive awareness and the smarts, he can still get blocks in nowhere just because he's a freak.
yeah,
Um, and put in the right system, there's no reason that he can't be a productive NBA player at worst. And at
yeah.
best,
At
at
worst,
best, he's going to be like a defensive player MVP
yeah.
candidate. Like
So like, at worst he's a starter, and at best case scenario he's a he's an MVP. So like, he has to be in the top three. He has
but
to.
I mean he's so far away from being that defensive player MVP because literally I don't want to like I really like him, but literally
Mhm.
pretty much the only thing he has going for him is his body. He doesn't have any post moves. He doesn't have a jump shot. A little bit of better jump shot than a Kongwu, but
Better jump. He works on it too. That's what you have to do.
he does. But
He's a
the thing is, he
player.
doesn't have a handle. He's his defense, like his body. He's such a good body to be a defender in this league, to be one of the best defenders. But he doesn't have that awareness. He just doesn't know where to be. He gets beat on switches a lot on the perimeter too,
Mhm.
which is, I mean, he's 7'1", so that's to be expected.
Yeah,
But I just think there's so much development he needs to do to be able to hit those heights that
yeah.
I honestly I don't know. I don't know if it's likely that he ever reaches that.
But if James Wiseman averaged 18 and 10 for his whole career,
hmm
that would be a disappointment. And
You think that would be disappointment? I don't know
I
if
don't
it
think
would
that would be
be.
a disappointment. So that if that's a disappointment, I'm taking him top three. If he could average 18 and 10 for his whole career,
I
I don't know. I'm just high on him because he's just built
I mean,
NBA player.
we've seen a lot of players with
Mhm.
athleticism and size like him come in and just not have the defensive ability and not have any go-to offensive ways to score and help the team other than just pure raw athleticism and energy,
Yeah,
and they end up being out of the league
but I
sometimes.
don't think I've never seen a player as built as him
Man,
since
that's true.
DeAndre Ayton, and
That's true.
DeAndre Ayton's a good NBA player.
And DeAndre Ayton hasn't
So
even like you would probably argue you would probably agree with me if I said that Ayton is like so far been a bit of a disappointment.
yeah, he hasn't hit his peak yet, in my
Yeah, not even
opinion.
close to his peak, and he's averaging like a double double
Yeah,
in the league. So
and he's averaging 18 and 10. Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
like
So
that's great
I
in
guess
my
I
opinion.
guess I guess you're right. Yeah, maybe you would go with Wiseman over Okongwu. I mean, every other mock draft, I mean, big board that I looked at had agreed with me that
Yeah,
he was below him. I just think there's the amount of skill and the amount of polish between those two players is night and day. But you're right. Like the one thing that Okongwu is never going to be able to overcome is being 6'9",
yeah,
and you're never going to be able to
as he
take away from
grows.
James Wiseman being 7'1" with a
Yeah,
7'9" wingspan or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So I do think that, and it's interesting too because a lot of all the big boards agree with me, but a lot of mock drafts actually have him going like one. So
hmm Yeah.
yeah,
So it's interesting
objective,
because people
yeah,
people
objectively.
believe,
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
yeah, people believe that James Wiseman in the right system will be great. Well, people believe that Okongwu is just more skilled right now.
hmm
So it just depends what the team is looking for, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, another thing with Okongwu is so versatile too. Like he can guard, like he's laterally quick too. He's got quick feet. He can guard anyone except the biggest centers right now.
Hmm
So I don't know. I think defensively he has so much potential, and offensively he's so polished and has so many things that he can go to that even if he just grows a little bit, he can help your team out so much almost right
Yeah,
away.
I just don't like six
I
foot nine
really like him.
centers.
I neither no neither do I.
I like Marvin Bagley's the only one, and he plays power forward. And you could
Mhm.
see when he's playing power forward instead of Bielitsa,
Mhm.
you could see how bad the spacing is with
Mm.
two
Yeah.
and like Holmes. Like though that's teams that run small centers,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
like that much.
I mean, you mentioned Brandon Clark for Vernon Carey Jr. I see a little bit of Brandon Clark for him too for Okongwu, just in terms of not being the tallest guy in the world, but being very athletic and a very good defender, and
Uh,
just knowing where to be all the time.
Brandon Clark got lucky though playing next to Jaren Jackson Jr. because Jaren Jackson Jr. is essentially
That's
a
true.
center that can hit threes.
That's actually really true. That's a good point. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of got lucky. Yeah,
That's true. That's yeah. I mean, that's why JJ went so high in his draft too, because he's a freak as well.
yeah.